starting to prep for Northwestern been going?
Real good. You know, everyone's bought in on, you know, the idea of moving our eyes from a fall camp to Northwestern, getting prepared for the season. You know, for me, it kind of just felt like 2 weeks ago we just got done playing Iowa. So, but for the most part, you know, I think a lot of the guys, I think we're all ready to get rolling. You know, we've been putting off this Ireland game for a few years now, it feels like. So we're all ready to go and travel, but then also play here.
You mentioned the travel. I was going to actually ask, have you started to do any kind of adjustments, knowing that in a few days you're going to be in a different time zone?
Yeah, so we've all, Frost has mentioned to us, you know, starting to go to bed sooner, waking up a little bit earlier, kind of just adjusting to the 6 or 7 hour time difference out there. You know, that's going to be the biggest part, I think, about the trip is, you know, getting your sleep right. And, you know, we got a lot of great people on staff that'll help us with that.
As fun as that trip will be, is party already ready to kind of get that part over with and get more of the rhythm of the season?
Yeah, you know, it is kind of awkward starting in week 0, going all the way to a different country overseas, playing in a football game, and then having to come back. You know, that's a big thing because, you know, not everybody gets to do that. But, you know, the team that prepares for it professionally is going to be the one that comes out.
For you personally, how's this fall camp going?
Pretty good. You know, there's things I got to work on. You know, both in pass and run blocking. But, you know, with Coach Raiola and Coach Cooling, they've both done an amazing job with, you know, instilling their ideas and their run and pass schemes into our system and everything. You know, everything is just coming together really nicely right now.
Do you have a better sense of kind of where you might fall on that line?
Yeah, they got me in the left guard right now.
Kind of pretty consistent.
How does that differ for you? You've been a tackle your time here, so what's it like to move over?
I'm rarely in a 3 or 2 point stance. That's the only way that I really look at it. You know, it's still football. I'm still where I want to be in Nebraska on the offensive line. So, you know, this is you know, exactly how I think that I should be playing. So.
Can you describe the challenge when you're trying as a line to have 5 guys? You guys are hurt, guys are coming in and out. How tough is that to build sort of that cohesiveness?
Right. So, you know, since the winter, a lot of us, you know, the entire offensive line have done a really good job of sticking together as one group, you know, going to the weight room, going to lunch, going to dinner, you know, walking up to meetings all together. So, you know, we're all pretty cohesive type knitted group. And you could ask anyone on the team, you know, they make fun of us because we tuck our shirts in, you know, we do small things together. And, but, you know, at the same time, you know, I think that we're all, like I said, pretty tight knit. And it doesn't matter what 5 you roll out there or 6, you know, we're going to play ball.
How have you established yourself as a leader this offseason?
Yeah, so last year, you know, we had Cam Jurgens on the offensive line. He's a great dude, great leader. Definitely a guy that I looked up to in his football sense and his leader sense too. So, you know, I've taken bits and pieces of his stuff and kind of tried to work it back into myself. Because back in senior year of high school, whatever, you know, I was a leader on that team. And, you know, going from freshman year to sophomore year of college, I had to take a step back and had to really, you know, see everybody's views on the team and stuff like that. So I got to know how to approach someone when they're not playing well, you know, whether I got to get on them a little bit or if I got to hold back and just, you know, be more loving. So.
What would you say is the vibe that you get from the team right now? You guys are 18 practices into this thing. How do you feel about just the way that this thing has gone?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a grind. You know, we've had a lot of time over the summer where we were in that weight room, we're on the field, you know, really busting our tails to, you know, have a really good season this year. And I think that's the mindset that the team has taken over. And that's the mindset that we're going to take into this season.
A lot of guys have talked about this being a business trip.
Yep.
You know, not much more to it, just different location.
Right.
Is that how the offensive line is looking at it?
Absolutely, business trip.
What sort of marks this group now that you've had all camp to come together? What are some characteristics? What's maybe some strengths of this group as a line?
You know, we really just want to be able to play together as a group, and we've done a really good job of that, being able to, you know, do our brand of football, and, you know, that's just how every offensive line needs to do it. That's kind of just smash mouth. So, you know, that's the way that we feel that we need to play in order to succeed, and, you know, we've done Coach Donnie has done a great job of that.
I think
What
we
would you gather from camp most?
It's a grind because, last year I was out for most of it.
Yeah.
And then the year before that, we had like a 2 or 3 month fall camp because of COVID. But, this year it was kind of like a true fall camp for myself, everyone in my class, and the class before me.
Yeah.
Or, well, not the class before me, but just for me personally. And so, I understand the grind now. I understand everything about it. And, once you understand it, you know how to attack it. And I thought I've done a good job of doing that.
coming out of the spring, it seemed like the coaches and linemen too are pretty confident in your ability to run the ball. You were doing it well in the spring. Did that carry over in the fall? I mean, how's the run game piece of it kind of gone for you guys with so many new coaches and players?
Yeah, I believe so. I think that everyone on the team has noticed a difference in the way, we're either coming off the rock or how we're blocking dudes, But the way I said it earlier, we want to do it as a tight-knit group and be able to put the best 5 out there and roll the ball out.
How far does that go? I mean, because you talked about being together off the field, but it's been tougher to have the same guys maybe consistent on the field.
Yeah.
How far does that off the field still go when you have a 3rd and 3 or in big moments in the game?
What do you mean by that?
Just the cohesiveness that you built off the field. How much does that translate?
Yeah, sorry about that. So Coach Raiola grew up with Olin Cruz, and he showed us a picture of him, fist bumping all of his guys on the line, getting them ready to go. Hey, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 5, 4th and 1, let's go. All right, so Trent's done a great job. Everyone on the offensive line, I think across the board, has done a great job. Just fist bumping, getting everybody back in. Doesn't matter what happened last play. We gotta attack this play.
What kind of lessons did you take away from your first full season as a starter that you're looking to kind of take with you this year and build on?
There's a lot of dudes in the Big Ten. Playing dudes like Aiden Hutchinson, George Karloftis, even playing Oklahoma with that Benito dude, and like every single week, you can't. There's no off week, and I knew that last year, and I know that again this year, and being able to get those young guys, instilled into that, the guys in our look squads, hey, we're going up against a challenge this week. Hey, we're going up against another challenge next week. So you got to be able to get those dudes, build that foundation, and be able to build it up from the bottom up.
How's Teddy looked coming back to you, and how's that kind of gone?
Great. Teddy's done a good job. I love playing next to the guy. All the dudes are behind him, encouraging him. Coach has done a great job with him. So everything's looking good.
About the running back room, what have you seen from those guys this last couple of months?
Yeah, there's a lot of talent in my eyes. We've always had talent here, and for us, it's just a matter of being able to give them a run lane or some sort of cutback. So for us, up front, it's on us to make those guys great.